Hi guys, welcome to my video in which I'll show you how this TEFAL Expert Precision Garment Steamer irons clothes with steam. And since I've been using this product for a couple of years now, I'm going to give you a brief review on it, just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to make this decision whether it's worth buying it or not. I'm just going to skip the instructions and the specifications because you can obviously find them in the manual or online. Okay, time to start steaming our clothes. So I'll start, guys, with the best feature of this garment steamer, which is, according to me, and I think everyone else will agree, being super quick. Usually quicker and easier than a regular iron. So firstly, what I mean by being super quick is that in the manual, actually, they say it's ready in 45 seconds, just 45 seconds, and I've checked it, it's true. Actually, when I checked it, it was ready a little bit earlier, so a few seconds earlier, so that is a lot faster than a regular iron. And secondly, guys, it takes a lot less time to get rid of all the creases than when using a standard iron, especially if there is lots of material. So as you can see, in this case, as I'm showing you, there is lots of material, so it takes just a few moves. Quick moves to get rid of all the creases. So yeah, I'd say it smooths most of the fabrics far faster than a regular iron. I did notice though, guys, that there are some difficult materials, and in such cases you just simply need to go for your regular iron as a backup in such cases, which are rare though, or just simply treat them with the steam from this steamer a couple of times instead of just once. But usually, guys, even if that's the case, this steamer will also do an efficient job if you don't need those difficult materials to look extremely perfect, but let's say very acceptable to the standard. Also, guys, in the case of collars, buttons, zips, pockets, frills, pleats and other additional things on your garment, this steamer does a far better and quicker job than a regular iron, especially because you can use it not touching your garment or just touching it a little bit, and thanks to that, obviously, you can get to those difficult places and avoid creases from pressing, which are obviously so frustrating when using your regular iron. There are obviously times when you will have to press a little bit harder in the case of any difficult crease or thick material, or instead you can just simply press the precision shot button on the steam head to choose the more concentrated steam for better results rather than the diffused steam that is actually being released without pressing anything. But to be honest, guys, I actually personally always use the concentrated steam, as it gives me the far faster and better results straight away. And yeah, another thing is that even though there is no risk of burning your garment with this particular steamer, which is amazing by the way and far better than a regular iron, you still need to keep in mind the fact that you use steam to iron your clothes or to get rid of wrinkles or creases. So you need to be careful, guys, not to get too close to the steam to burn your skin, obviously. That has happened to me multiple times, especially while trying to get to some difficult spots or when I tried to lift a piece of clothing. So yeah, you need to be super careful. And another thing is actually the steam head, which gets hot pretty quickly within like 5 to 8 minutes, and thus it feels pretty hot to hold it for a longer period of time. So be careful and yeah, plan your steaming, ironing ahead, or use a special glove to hold the head. Another drawback, guys, of this particular steamer would be the fact that it is pretty loud, as you can hear, and it leaves water drops on your clothes, but I think it's not such a huge drama because those water drops dry up pretty quickly, and there is actually a steam bonnet that you can use to avoid those water drops. What I've also noticed, guys, is that the steam is not continuous and there are a few second intervals, so it can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're in a rush, but that is pretty normal in the case of any steaming appliance, I guess. And obviously guys, as you may guess, this garment steamer can be used to refresh or sanitize your clothes or any other fabrics, removing odors and killing some nasty things like, for example, bacteria. Just remember guys that even though the water tank capacity is 3.2 liters, it does get empty pretty quickly, like within approximately 15 minutes of use, depending obviously which steam you use as well. But that also means that if you do happen to forget to turn the steamer off, the steam will continue to be released until the tank gets empty, and then, since there is no water to be heated up, it just stops working, but it is still on, so you'll have to turn it off eventually. I think it's still a bit safer than a regular iron in case you forget to turn it off. You may also be happy to find out that this particular steamer is pretty light, especially the steam head, which is super light, and this steamer has got wheels. So as you may guess, it's super easy to move it from one place to another, from one room to another, etc. And also, it doesn't take as much room as a regular ironing board, so I think it's great. Okay guys, so now it's time to sum things up. I personally really recommend this TEFAL garment steamer even as a total replacement for your regular iron. But obviously the perfect situation would be to have that regular iron as a backup in case, just in case. Well, I personally have got both, but because of how quick and convenient this TEFAL steamer is, I normally opt for it, like I'd say 99% of times, and use my regular iron only if I really have to. That's because most of the time this particular garment steamer will thoroughly get rid of all the creases faster and easier than a regular iron. And yes, there will be occasions that it will take a little bit longer and require more pressing, or the results will not be as perfect as after using a regular iron, but it's super rare and normally the results are always satisfying, at least to the general standard, but usually the results are even better than from the regular iron. Okay guys, so that would be it in this video. I hope you found it helpful and you liked it. If so, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Have a wonderful day, bye! If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet and you'd like to get regular notifications about my new videos. You can follow me on social media as well, so please check my Facebook and Instagram accounts.